Hello, darlings. Welcome to another episode of the podcast that we like to call The Things That I Wish My Mum Had Told Me. With me, one of your hosts, Emma Tamsin Hill.
And me, your other host, Clara Hermit. I've got a really bad wedgie and I can't.
Oh my goodness. We're here. Oh,
I made a bad underwear decision.
you got it out?
Yeah, I've got it out. Shall
Great.
we carry on?
We're here again. It's another week, girls.
We're back.
We're back, and we're ready to do it all over again.
Professionals. Consummate professionals. That's what we are.
Her picking her thong out of her arsehole. Professional.
It's not a thong. It's like French knickers and they've all rolled up and got wedged right in there. And
Is it
like,
lace?
Yeah, and it's rubbing the inside of my cheeks. That's why I had to pull it out.
Never good. One of my ins for 2024 was microfiber underwear. And I feel like people didn't understand what I meant when I said that. But you like the no VPL
soft,
knickers.
yeah.
The really thin, soft material.
Yeah.
That's all I like to wear now.
Yeah, they're good as well. And any ones that have a seam down the middle, they're just a terrible idea in pants because they just wedge you.
I don't think I've ever had that.
Yeah, sometimes.
Seam down the middle on the front.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Terrifying.
I think these ones might have it.
Oh, yeah, but lacy ones are usually like that. I don't really wear lacy ones.
Okay.
If I wear lace, it's like cotton with a lace trim.
Okay, got it. I learnt my lesson. These are a bad choice. But
Yeah.
if I'm wearing trousers, it's okay. But if I'm wearing this is not a trousers, so it's just hurting me. That's not what we're going to be talking about on the podcast.
We're not talking
today.
about Clara's knickers today, everyone.
No. We're going to be talking about lots of different stuff. But before we get into that, don't forget, if you want to help support us and this podcast, then you can send your dilemmas.
You sounded like Goofy then.
I am Goofy. Or saucy stories to mumtoldmepod@gmail.com. What else can they do?
You can check us out on our social medias, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. We drop a video every Wednesday. The video version of this poddy comes out every Wednesday on our YouTube channel, 6 p.m. So comment, like, subscribe, share
With as many people as you possibly can. And only leave
a 5-star review. That's what Clara's saying. Clara says you're only allowed to leave a review if you're going to give 5 stars. And I don't make the rules, so I'm just following what she said.
Okay.
That's on that.
Okay, thank you for that, everybody. Right, it's time for another
episode.
What are we doing today, Emma?
Guys, we're doing more of your dilemmas. We know you love these episodes, and I like hearing people's stories, so what they need help with. So we're doing another one of your dilemmas episodes because we had so many submissions on our emails. So if you want to submit one, get it in the email, girl, or the DMs. Always anonymous. Have to hound that one home.
Always keep it anonymous.
Okay?
Yes.
Do you want me to start?
You start.
So, dilemma time, girlies. Hi, girls.
Wait, is that how you think I sound when you do that one?
Dilemma time, girlies.
Is it?
All right, girls. No, I don't think you sound like you're from Essex. No.
Okay. I am from Essex.
I am from Essex. You're quite posh. So I would say you sound a bit more like this.
Okay.
Hi, my name's Clara. How are you doing? So it's like kind of posh, but like kind of like not too posh.
But got Essex in the...
But it's not Essex, darling.
No.
Like Gemma. Or Essex.
No.
Basildon.
No.
Is that Basildon in
Yeah,
Essex?
Basildon is
I
Essex.
feel like I'm quite good at accents.
You are.
Was that good?
Yeah.
Thank
What other
you.
ones can you do? Oh,
I
we've
can
heard
do
loads
tons.
of them,
We've
haven't
done
we?
loads.
Scottish. No, you're not good at that one, are you? Okay.
I can also do this kind of London. I'm from London. I don't know what
Why
kind
are you
of...
turning up your lips? She's turning up her lips for people listening.
I'm going to go down the market.
That's kind of like
Get a
your
bit here
Essex
and
one,
there.
though.
Bit apples and pears.
No, it's
No?
not quite right.
No.
No,
Cockney.
it's not quite right.
That's okay.
But it's good.
Thank you. I will keep working on it.
I can do in Manchester. No, in
You
Northern.
can't do a northern one. You should go on.
I can.
Go on, do it then.
Hi,
Huh?
love. Are you all right? How are you doing? Are you good?
No, it's something off.
Aren't you going to go? What do you mean? No, it's good.
Something off.
So I come from. You're just going to say
Manchester.
that now because
Listen,
I didn't
it's not
say
my
Manchester.
fault from... Wait, what?
I said generic up north.
Hiya, love. How are
Hi,
you doing?
love, you all right?
You'd be going
You
dead
wanna come
nasal.
round you want to come for a cup of tea? Well, I talk.
Come
I
round,
talk
man, for a
that
cup of
northern
love.
then. Come
Love.
round for a cuppa. I don't have to go low, do I? I can go up if I like.
There's just something off. There's something not right. Someone's cooked here.
There's something not right.
I feel like I can do a really good northern when I pretend to be my dad. Listen here, Emma. What I said what? Like, you have to do
Yeah.
like a...
You have to copy a person.
You're going to do your podcast today. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll get into... This is
Okay,
what we
let's do-
talk about when we're
let's do
alone. We're
dilemmas.
actually being recorded right now, so sorry about
Sorry
that,
about
guys.
that, guys.
All right. Hi, girls. Love your podcast. Oh, hi girls. Love your podcast a lot, as it is literally the things I wish I could talk to my mum about.
Aw.
So I need some advice. My mum and her best friend got pregnant at the same time in college and raised their kids together, aka me and him. Let's call him Dan. Me and Dan grew up together and were really close and would call each other brother and sister. However, we grew apart in our mid-teen years. Recently, he has been contacting me, texting, FaceTimes. We have decided to meet after 2 years of not seeing each other, and she said we decided to meet after not seeing each other for 2 years, and boy, does he look good. Not only did he pay for everything whilst I was there, and I'm not cheap.
Love that.
Chilling at his house, he was a bit flirty. What do you think I should do?
Well, you're not actually brother and sister, are you?
No.
And I hear what you're saying about, your mum.
They'd probably love that. Imagine they got married.
Yeah, that's probably what they were hoping. That's probably what they've been working towards this whole entire time.
But it is weird when you've known someone for so long.
Yeah, and your relationship dynamic completely changes. But also, you haven't seen it. It's not like you've been in contact all the time. You've grown up, you've hit puberty, you're now adults, and you're meeting again. It's almost like you're meeting a different version of yourselves anyway. Yeah. And if you both find each other attractive and you know each other really well,
it
could trash it.
That's what I mean. Like, what if they do a thing and then it's like, oh, we're actually not, there's nothing in there. And then it might get a bit awkward.
Especially if they spend Christmas and stuff together.
They've not seen each other for 2 years. So you could probably just become elusive again.
Yeah, and not see each other for another 10 years or whatever again or whatever. And then time kind of just...
And you don't care anymore. It's like, oh, it was time ago.
I mean, you've met up with him, you go to see him, he pays for everything.
But how do you make that move when it's like you're so friendly?
I don't know, I think I'd probably just say something. I just want to know whether he's on the same page as me or not.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe that's just me. Otherwise it would just feel like you're kind of, aren't both of you, because probably both of you are in the same situation where you're both like, I don't know how to do this, I don't know how, do I do this, don't I do this? And I am the worst person when I'll say to my friends, no, I'm trying to flirt with this person. Look at my messages, and they'll look at my messages and they'll be like, that's not flirting.
That's not flirting.
If someone sent me those messages, I would have no idea that they fancy me whatsoever. And I'm like, no, I've really been flirtatious.
I was really flirting.
So
I sent a heart eyes emoji.
Yeah, something like that. I think I've been really suggestive, and they're like, no, you haven't, you idiot. My God. I'm really bad. So I think that actually, again, I suppose I'm bad until if someone's flirted with me, I would ask them, if that makes sense. If I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Because there's been
I'd be like, are you flirting with me?
Yeah.
Because that's also flirting.
Yeah, exactly.
You flirting with me?
Yeah. And I'd go and spend more time with him, see what happens. There's no rush, is there?
Yeah. Just see where, there's no rush for nothing.
So I don't think you need to press it.
Take it easy breezy.
Take it easy breezy. Dan had a glow up.
Wow.
Dan.
So satisfying that, isn't it? Yeah. Can I talk?
Okay.
You haven't seen someone for a while, and then you see them and you think, fucking hell.
Oi.
Not that there was butters before, but they just got extra saucy. Love that.
Just pausing for a quick water break.
Love that for you.
I love that for me. Yeah, I think go and see him again and just see where it goes. Life's too short, isn't it? Not to,
not to fuck your
No,
mum's best friend's kid.
She doesn't have to have sex with him necessarily, but life's too short not to pursue it and see if it doesn't. Spend some more time together.
Yeah.
See if it, the flirtation carries on.
Yeah.
Feed into it a little bit more if you're feeling the vibe.
And that's what I mean. When it goes on for a few weeks or a few months, it's kind of like, ooh, will they, won't they? Are we, won't we?
That's quite nice.
It's a bit sexy.
Yeah, it's a nice situation to be in, that one.
Love.
So good luck with that. Let us know how you go with you and Dan.
I know.
And if it, if anything materializes from it, but you should definitely see each other again.
Yeah, 100%. Because it's not weird anyway, because you've known each other for so long.
Yeah, and obviously the last time you spent time together, you had a really good time, so it'd make perfect sense for you to want to see each other again, right?
Lovely.
Because you've just had such a good time.
I just had sex. Sorry, I don't know why I keep talking about sex.
Want to have sex? Something.
All right, your turn, girl.
I know, but I don't know which ones we haven't read yet so far.
No, I've deleted the ones that we've read.
Done.
Thank you. I'm full of good ideas.
This one starts by saying, my boyfriends. Multiple?
Ooh.
Or boyfriend.
Meow.
It says, my boyfriends and I were newly together and doing the deed. I think this might be...
Wait, is this a saucy story?
Oh, sorry, yeah.
You're reading a saucy story.
That's for another episode, sorry.
Look for the one that says dilemma.
Okay, got there in the end. Woo! I nearly went for it there.
Nearly.
Revealed too much. Okay. Hi, ladies. Love the pod.
Thanks.
We love the compliments.
I know, thank you so much. It's
So
actually really cute.
narcissistic. No, I'm joking. Thank you. We appreciate them. I have a ghosting dilemma. I fucking hate ghosting. Long story short, a guy who was previously a lover turned friend has completely ghosted me. It comes after a mix of a few things, such as him getting back on the dating scene and also a couple of events I'd paid for him to go to, finally coming round and gone. In hindsight, she paid for him to go.
Yeah,
He's gone.
And then now, okay.
In hindsight, I feel used and betrayed by someone I was really into before the friendship. And I can't help but feel a little heartbroken too. Like I've been dumped, or throughout the time we've known each other, I was just a means to an end all along. To add more context, I'm in a relationship with a great guy who communicates properly and doesn't play games. But I can't talk to him about it. So I just feel that I have this big, horrible secret that leaves me sobbing most nights in private. How do you deal with so-called friends ghosting you or dealing with someone being not who you thought they were?
I feel like this wasn't your friend, girl, because why are you crying about it every night? Like, I understand being friends with someone you used to date. Like, I'm very much that person that will keep friends with someone I used to date. But if I got a new man now and I'm hanging out with some guy that I used to date, and we're hanging out a lot, and then now I'm upset that we're not chatting no more. Like, you have feelings for him. Let's be for real.
That's a messy situation. And also, let's be for fucking real. You're into him.
Because if it was just a friend, you wouldn't be doing. Like, I understand it must be sad for like to feel like, oh, we weren't on the same level, or like we weren't in the same frame of mind. But it's like, girl,
isn't it possible he's ghosted you? She got a boyfriend.
Exactly. I was thinking this when you was reading that out. I was thinking, maybe he feels the type of way that you now have a partner.
And also, he doesn't have the same access to you anymore. So even if he was just using you and you're a means to an end, you're not anymore because you've got a boyfriend.
Yeah.
So,
I'm presuming there's nothing sexual going on there. So he's not maybe he's gaining from you being in your company and you pay him stuff.
Yeah, she was saying that she was buying tickets and stuff for events and things
maybe
for them to go to.
Maybe she was forcing it then. Yeah. Maybe she was forcing it and he was like, you know what, I don't even want it. Like, you've got a man, like, let's just not do this as much anymore. And knowing that she's like paid for tickets and done this, that and the other, was you trying to make a friendship where there was not a friendship.
Yeah. And were you the only one that was putting any effort into that?
I feel like we're going at her. I'm sorry. I don't want you to feel like we're going at you. I'm just trying to be realistic.
We're not being horrible at all. And obviously, like, we understand the situation is difficult. But let's be really, like Emma said, let's be really honest about this. If somebody was just your friend and you had no other feelings for them and they ghosted you, you might be a bit upset about it.
Yeah.
But you're not going to be crying and sobbing every single night about it. You feel heartbroken because you had more than friendship feelings for this person.
I've got something to say.
Go on.
And the fact your boyfriend doesn't know about it tells me that even you knew there was something a bit fishy going on. Because why would you not tell your boyfriend? Like, oh, it's just a friend. Like, if your boyfriend doesn't know, and if it was just friendship, you don't even have, I don't know, maybe that, I was going to say if it's just friendship, you don't even have to tell your boyfriend the history that you once had with this person. What do you think that's bad?
I think that's
you got to tell him.
I would not want to be dating someone who had a female friend who they'd had like past sexual and they didn't tell me about it. Like, I think if they told me about, I would want them to be completely honest and open with me and tell me about it. And, you know, I think,
because if they found out, it makes it look worse. Yeah, and when there's actually nothing going on.
Exactly. And I think if this guy was just genuinely your friend, you didn't have any other feelings for him, you probably would have told your boyfriend. And I think, you know, it's really important to maybe do a bit of like self-reflecting and sit with yourself and work out, you know, like, what were your expectations of him? What did you really want to happen? Like, why did you pursue a friendship with someone who, you know,
there was never a friendship there.
Yeah, there wasn't really a friendship
lovers to
there.
Friends don't really work.
It doesn't really work. And also, if you're then the one that's buying tickets and putting in all of this effort, why?
Yeah.
For what reason? Like, were you hoping that, you know, suddenly this person is going to come back to you? Because that's not a friendship. Like, for example, a friendship is a two-sided thing, right? So not that it has to go exactly like this, but you call them, they call you. You go for dinner and you pay for it, then they invite you for dinner and they pay for it. Like, there's balance in it, you know. And it might be that, you know, when you've got a good friend, you know, they're going through a phase where they don't have a lot of money, you pay for more stuff. Or, you know, you're going through a stressful time, you call them 5 times in a row. But there is always balance. There's always that balance. There's this give and take. And if you basically, it sounds like to me, and I might be completely wrong, but I'm only saying this because this is a situation that I have definitely been in before, that you liked him more than he liked you when you were dating. It's come to an end. And because you don't want it to be over, you say that you can be friends with him And to try and win him back, and so you get to spend more time with him, you're organising stuff, you're pursuing him, you're chasing him, you're booking tickets, you're doing this because you want to spend time with him.
And it feeds your ego, especially if you were rejected or if they treated you poorly. But it's like, in reality, that's not doing anything for you. It's only making you upset.
Yeah.
It's best that it's ended, to be honest.
I think it's
because you don't need the messiness. Imagine your boyfriend finds out.
Yeah. And I think that I'm not saying maybe you're not, you don't still have that, you're not still in love with this person, but the fact that you're so upset about it suggests that maybe you haven't been honest with yourself about it, but that you had an expectation or you had something that you wanted to happen with them. And now that it's, there's no chance of that happening, and that's what it feels like, it's come to an end, you're heartbroken about it, you're upset about it. But I do think it is really about being honest with yourself. But you've got a boyfriend, so that doesn't feel like a friendship that you...
No.
It's not, that doesn't feel right.
No, it all just feels a bit messy.
Yeah. And look, we all get ourselves into messy situations. Like Emma said, this is not to be horrible to you, because trust me, I've been
in my fair share of mess.
But you do have to get to the point where you're like, hold on a second, I'm going to have to be honest with myself. Because that doesn't sound, that it's not a friendship. If
no, it sounds like you liked him.
And also, like it says here, it comes after a mix of a few things, of him getting back on the dating scene. If he's just your friend, why do you care if he's back on the dating scene? You've got a boyfriend, so why do you care if he's back on the dating scene?
I understand, like, in some ways, that it's an ego thing, but it shouldn't actually be genuinely affecting you.
If you're friends, if you're now real just friends.
But can people ever be just
friends? Not if there's unresolved feelings there. Not if there is unresolved feelings there, and that sounds exactly like what it is.
I've had situations where I've like carried on being friends with someone after we've like broke up or whatever. And it's like, if the opportunity was ever there again, where it was like, you have to think, if the opportunity was there, would they make a move on me? Would they want to be with me? Would I want to be with them? And if the answer is, I don't know, or if it's yes, then you probably shouldn't be friends.
Also, she said, or dealing with someone being not who you thought they were. I would say that he is who he is. He's not who you wanted him to be. Like, that's what I would say.
I don't really know what she was trying to...
No, because I guess it's like, she thought that he, maybe it was a reciprocal friendship or whatever, and now she's feeling a bit used.
Yeah.
But also I think it's because you wanted something from it that you maybe haven't admitted to yourself yet. You haven't got that, and now you're feeling rejected, let down, like sad. And I hear all of those feelings, but I think you have to be honest with yourself about why you're feeling those things. And was he ever really that person? Was he ever that person that you thought he was, or is it just who you wanted him to be?
And I get it, like, ghosting isn't nice, whatever situation, but I think maybe because the situation sounds kind of...
messy.
Yeah, maybe he was like, I don't even know what to... Like, do I even bring this up? I don't even know what to say about this, so it's just easier for me to just dip.
Yeah, and obviously I don't know the conversations that you've had with each other, but it's like that, I was dating someone for a couple of months at the end of last year, and then we both kind of said to each other, look, it's done. And well, I said that, but he agreed. Not that that matters, but what I will say about that is that, we haven't spoken to each other again since. We could easily have been like, oh, should we be friends? Should we try and be friends or whatever? But actually, that's it. Like, it's done. So we have to be willing to walk away from it and leave it.
Yeah.
Because we couldn't have been... We're not going to be friends. Like, let's be honest. After what's happened, what we've experienced, the fact that we're still really attracted to each other, like all of that stuff, we're not going to be friends. In fact, if I keep him in my life, it's just going to probably, keep me from who I'm supposed to be with. And I knew that it was not a good situation for me. And I don't want a friendship where it's me, like, where I feel like I'm chasing somebody for their time or attention. No, thank you.
No, you don't want any situation like that in your life.
No, and that goes for whether it is friendship or whether it is dating. If you feel like you're constantly chasing someone for their time and attention, what does your mum say?
What do you mean?
About the bin?
Oh, it's gone to live in the bin.
There you go. That's what
I thought you was asking what mum said, because she literally just texted me.
Did she?
Yeah, talking about our Ollie Bobs this week. Okay, I've got a dilemma for you.
Oh, I'd love that, yeah.
I have this long distance fuck buddy. We really don't see each other much, aside from sending one another the odd meme, but don't communicate much. I have a tendency to daydream about the possibility of us ending up together, but having worked a lot on my codependency, I've realised he's not actually who I want long term. It seems I'm able to rationalise when I go off on a fly off of fancy that I in fact don't want him, but our sexual chemistry is off the chains. The likelihood is that I will see him again, but sadly, after giving up the apps, I don't meet new men and don't have the opportunity to date with intention, looking for a relationship. I'm also 43. I guess my dilemma is whether to still indulge in this occasional dalliance or if I may be blocking the potential of a new man and a genuine and lovely man. I go back and forth on this. Any advice?
I
love
the
her
words, vocabulary.
linguistics. I was going to say the linguistics is beautiful.
10 out of 10.
The vocabulary.
10 out of 10
Dalliance.
for that. Dalliance.
Flight of fancy.
I
That's
love
an
it.
educated woman. I love to see it.
That's what we like. Got all the words in there. Right. You want to start?
What? Yeah. I've had many a fuck buddy in my time, and many a time you think, oh, maybe it would work. Maybe it was this. But I feel like if you're forcing it in your head, even when you're forcing it, and when you're forcing it, you think, and you really try and convince yourself, oh, it could work because like you want a stable, healthy, loving relationship. But if you have to force anything, it ain't for you.
But isn't she saying that she knows that it's just
she said she couldn't give her what she wants.
Yeah, so
she loves the sex.
Yeah, so she's come to rationalise that it is just sex.
The sex.
Sometimes, if you want to have a fuck buddy situation, and when I've had the couple of successful ones that I've had in my whole 40 years on this planet, there has not been a lot of successful fuck buddy situations I've had.
I've had tons.
One of them has been for that exact reason, that I knew that they couldn't give me what I wanted, that they weren't the person that I wanted to be with. So it was so much easier for me to have sex because there was no emotional attachment. And I'd already worked all of that out, which it sounds like she's done. So then I think like having your sexual needs met by someone you trust and someone you know, but know that you could never be with. I think that's, for me personally, that's the only way to have a successful fuck buddy relationship. Even when I've had my holiday flings, which I am a fan of, and I'm about to go on another holiday now.
Whoa!
I think in the majority of cases, the people that I kind of sleep with are people that I would never want anything more. I find them sexually attractive, and that's probably about it. You know, I enjoy their company and spending time with them. But if I look at, their qualities or their values, they're not people that I would want to have a long-term relationship with. So it makes it easy for me to emotionally detach because I'm an emotional girl.
She's probably actually in an ideal situation, but I think because of your age and because you want to find someone that you actually want to be with, I think that has you second guessing, like, oh my God, if keeping this person in my life, is that gonna block anyone else coming in? And I feel like, no, it isn't. It's just tiding you over, giving you what you need until you find that person.
And it sounds like it's an occasional thing as well. It's not like they're in your house, all the time or anything like that. And look, I get it. I'm 40. I'm single. Don't know if I've ever told anyone that before.
You've never mentioned that, Clara.
Never mentioned it. But I would love to meet somebody. And actually, for me personally, I haven't had like a fuck buddy situation other than like my holiday flings, which I guess, are the occasional sexual encounter when I happen to be on holiday. And I've had, periods, like we've spoken about it before on the podcast, like 14 months, 15 months, whatever, with no sex. And, I'm not dating that many people either. What I would say about this email, though, is if you say you're not on the dating apps, but you want a relationship, what are you going to do about it? Like, what are you going to do about it? Because someone's not, it might, by miracle, someone might turn up and knock on your door. But actually, even if you don't want to use apps, that's fine. But what are you going to do? Like, that's going to be the thing that's keeping you and blocking you from the person you're supposed to be with, is you're not giving them access into your life. And so I think, if you have that kind of fuck buddy on the back burner and, it's not something that's taking over loads of your mental space or emotionally draining or anything, and just every now and again, you can go and have your sexual needs met and then return back to feeling stable and balanced. I don't see there's anything wrong with that. My thing would be, what are we doing to get you out there to meet the man that you want to meet? Like, if you're not going to be on dating apps, what are we doing? How are we doing this?
I hear that.
Because that's the thing, isn't it? Like, you've got to be getting out there.
Yeah, you do. But to answer your question, I don't think you're doing anything wrong by, having a little indulgence every once in a while. Yeah, no. I would say don't overthink it, don't second guess it. If you're happy and you feel fulfilled and comfortable, carry on.
I don't think that's going to be blocking you because, like you said, you're not emotionally attached to that person.
You're not. And it's not, there's nothing, people say like, oh, you can't actually build a new serious connection if you're still invested in someone else. You're not invested in him. No. You have like this unique arrangement. Well, it's not even unique. Tons of people have these arrangements where you can enjoy each other's company and that's it.
And but it seems like there's boundaries there as well. I mean, like, if you were saying to me, yeah, this is my fuck buddy, and I'm seeing him, like, even if it was once a week or whatever, I might be like, that
it's a
could
bit
be a
much.
bit whatever. But if it's, you know, the rare occasion that you're just like, do you know what, I can go and do this, like, treat myself.
Yeah. Treat yourself.
Then I think there's nothing wrong with that. But I would definitely say, and I think this is a conversation that's coming up a lot on this podcast, and I'm sure all over the place, is how can we take dating off the apps and into real life? And people are looking for that more and more. And I think it's about human connection. It's about, you know, having the balls to start conversations with people and just, you know, seeing where it goes. Be willing to be uncomfortable. And I have to take my own advice and, you know, just fucking do it. I keep saying
here she goes again. Every episode, just do it.
It's like the
Nike.
Do it. It's the Nike advert, but with fucking in it.
Absolutely.
Why not?
Nike will fucking just do it.
Just fucking do it. Yeah, that would be my thing. And I just want to encourage people to, like, and myself, to get out there if you're single and start having conversations with people. Start going to places where, like you've said in another episode, where you think those people would hang out.
Yeah. Go there.
Well, if you weren't dating someone right now and dating apps were not an option, how would you be, like, meeting people?
I'd probably be. I don't even go out that much anymore, so don't know how I'll meet someone there. I feel like probably I would ask my friends, like, do you know anyone that, like, you want to set me up with? Like, I have quite a lot of friends, and I'm sure they have other friends, that people who are single. Like, people who you're friends with, surely they're friends with other people that are like you, no?
I think the thing is, once you get to a certain age, a lot of people's friends, like, especially if they're, like, married, especially if they're, like, married with kids, like some of my friends are, then all of their friends have either I've known them for years married, and it's a no from me, or they're, like, you know, it might be they're in relationships or whatever. But also, I do think that when I moved back to London, like, 3 years ago, I did start to cultivate, like, a new friendship group where I had more, like, single friends, so that we can go and do more stuff together, so that we can, you know, and I do think I've continued to do that and just going and doing different stuff, you know, like, said it before, I'll say it again.
I think, like, like, going out on nights out, like, yeah, you can meet people there and whatever, but it's not really where you want to be meeting people, is it? Like, you want to be meeting people in, like, wholesome activity places.
Yeah.
Pottery. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I really want
Pottery.
I really want to go and do a sushi making class.
Like a class, like something like a hobby. I feel like hobbies are the places to do that.
Yeah, and I think we all just need to invest. If this is something we really want, rather than making space by saying getting rid of your occasional fuck
running
buddy.
club. I don't run, but I feel like that'd be a great place.
Right, yeah, loads of guys there. Make space for going to places that you would be likely to find someone who fits your ideal partner. That's what my advice would be.
Absolutely. Go on, girl. Give me one. Give me one. I mean,
give me one. Last dilemma.
One last dilemma. Oh my God,
bloody long one.
Dying for a wee wee.
This is like a book. Do you want to go?
No. Let's carry on.
We're going to carry on.
I'm going to give myself
this one's like a
wee infection.
This is like a book, so hold on.
Hold on to my.
Also, I apologise. I haven't pre-read this, so I don't know if it will make sense. I'm rubbing my belly because I've got a trapped wind really bad.
Oh, I hate that.
It's really painful, isn't it?
Yes.
And I can't fart.
One time I literally nearly called 111 because I was in so much pain, and my friend was like, I think you just need to fart.
Yeah, you do, but sometimes it won't come out. It's
I
trapped
know.
for a reason. That wind
So
is trapped
horrid.
in there. Right, let's do it. You need a piss, and I've got trapped.
You can tell I need a wee because I've sat back like an old man after Christmas dinner.
I'm rubbing we're both like this. Oh, anyway, if you're
it's
listening
pathetic
to
though. I just went before. It's only because I've drank 500 millilitres of water.
Your bloody Stanley.
What kind of bladder is that?
Okay. Hey, girls.
Hey.
I'm in a pretty huge dilemma, so prepare for a long story.
I'm prepared.
Hold your wee. I recently broke up with my boyfriend of 3 years because I found out that he went on a date with another girl after I found messages between them on his phone and also pictures he took of her whilst on their date.
Oh, that's actually cheeky as fuck, you know.
I immediately broke things off with him. After the breakup, he was acting super cold and not even bothered about the fact that we had just ended things. After a few days, he came to my place being super sorry for the things he's done, but nevertheless, I was ready to go my own way. I also found out that his sister got to know the girl he went on a date with and had gone to dinner with her.
Nah, that's actually cheeky.
He wanted his mum to meet the girl whilst we were still together and check her out for him.
Is this fella all right?
Is his mum
He's
and
living in
sister all
cuckoo
right?
land.
Are they enabling his behaviour much? After I heard all of that, I definitely was ready to part ways forever. But the difficulty was that we run a business together and our lives are
Oh,
completely intertwined.
fuck's
Fuck.
sake.
I had a 1.5 month long healing phase where I really started to get more healthy physically and mentally, and I was feeling better and better every day. Since this was my first relationship, it truly has broken my heart and changed my outlook on
Mm.
people and love completely. But now comes the real dilemma. Recently, he's been making efforts to make things right and try and salvage the relationship. He's apologized many, many times, and I can see that he truly regrets everything he's done. He swears he has never had a thing with another woman during our relationship, and that date was the only incident, and he would never do it again.
Sorry, but that's a bit random. Like, I've never done anything with anyone else, but I've been on it. Like, a date is a
And then
very
she went for
extreme
dinner with
thing.
my sister,
That's a very extreme thing. You don't just do that out the blue.
and I was going to introduce her to my mum.
It's giving liar.
And after me being away 6 weeks, he truly appreciates me and the role I play in his
Piss
life.
off. 6 weeks.
He's been making good efforts to make things right by me. He's doing things that he's never done before, even when we were in a relationship. He's taken me on dates, the ones where he just tells me to be ready at a certain time and he picks me up. He's been trying to be more conscious of my feelings and better things in his behavior that I've pointed out before. So basically now he does everything I would like a man to do for me and is acting like the perfect boyfriend. Can he
No, I have
maintain that
so
though?
much to say
Can
about
he
this.
maintain that? I truly appreciate his efforts, but I can't forget the past and the disrespect and the pain he's caused. I should be happy that he's, no, you shouldn't, that he's making such progress and truly appreciating me now.
You shouldn't be happy for...
No way. But it
Don't
doesn't
get me angry.
But it doesn't make me happy because I think, why now? I've been there for 3 years with him through thick and thin, and now he realizes what I deserve. My mind has been going in circles whether or not I should give it another chance. I feel like if I go back, I'm setting myself up for another heartbreak. But also, I want to believe that the good in him, and I truly have a lot of love for him. The reason I asked you guys is because I've been talking this over and over with my friends, and I feel like I need another perspective from an outsider's point of view. Do you think a cheater can change? And have you guys ever tried to rekindle with an ex? Also, do you think you can heal while still being around the person who hurt you so deeply? I'm sorry for the very long message, but I'd be super happy and glad if you would help a girl out.
I feel like this girl is settling for the bare minimum. Like, it really stuck out in my head when she was like, oh, he's doing the things that I've always wanted him to do, like taking me
should
on
be
dates
happy.
and taking me on dates. And what was the other thing?
Trying to
And trying to
understand my
make an effort
feelings.
for my feelings. Those are bare minimum things that someone should be doing in a relationship with you. And I feel like, because she said it's her first relationship, she's like, oh, this is just what it's like. And I get it, because she doesn't have much more experience with other people. But girl,
No.
stand up! Stand up! What are we doing?
I think the thing is as well, okay, so he's done this and it's a massive disrespect. Whether he's slept with someone or not really has nothing to do with it. He's been
And I
on a
don't
date
believe
with this
what he said.
person. I mean, whether that's true or not, who knows? The fact that his mum and sister were kind of enabling him says a lot maybe about the person he is, because if you've grown up around women who allow you to treat other women like that, that's not going to be great.
My mum might be kicking my head in.
I mean, yeah, it's not acceptable at all. It's really not acceptable. And I think that you're talking about the bare minimum stuff, which, you know, you shouldn't be happy about that. That should just be how he's been treating you from the get-go. And the other thing is, I'm going to be really honest with you, as a 40-year-old woman who's got loads of female friends, who has been in various relationships with people, it's easy for someone to be the perfect boyfriend for a short period of time until they know they've got you back, and then watch what happens. Because unless that man has been and had actual therapy and looked at why he did what he did, has reflected, and has really changed his behavior, is it maintainable? I doubt it.
And it's like, after someone disrespects you at such a high level, what immediately changes to where, oh my God, I would never do that again? That sort of thing just doesn't happen overnight. You don't start respecting someone overnight. And he obviously has a lack of respect for you. I'm finding it hard to believe. I can't stop thinking about it. The fact, like, oh, I've never done this with anyone else. What you would, if he was found out, it'd be something like chatting to someone else, not going on a full-blown date, introducing her to his sister and getting his mum to scope her out. That's not just something that happens like out of the blue as like a first-time thing.
No, or that he was actually considering her as his partner. Isn't that why he was thinking about getting his mum to
That's
scope
so
her out?
yuck.
It's really
Like
yuck.
you can't just be on your own in between. Like you have to go back to back with your partners
And like trade it in, trade one
trade it
for
in
the
for a
other.
new one.
And look, it might be that he genuinely regrets what he's done.
Yeah.
It might be that he is genuinely sorry. But I suspect that once he gets you back and once he
ego
knows that, he's got you again, how he's acting now, is it going to be maintainable? Is it going to be continued? Probably not. Are you then going to start to be suspicious? Is it going to turn you into an insecure and jealous person? Maybe. And that's why, personally, for me, if someone cheated on me, I couldn't go back to them.
Yeah.
And yes, even as recently as not the end of last year, the year before, my ex, which was 7.5 years of on off, and I mean, we would be off for 6 months, back on, off for a year, back on. But I was so, it kind of triggered all of the little negatives in me, and I needed him to love me, and I was always available to him no matter what he did to me. And he did like really shitty, horrible things with numerous other people, and he would kind of tell me that he wasn't ready for a relationship, and then he'd be in a full-blown relationship with someone else living in his house, still dating me, and then I'd find out, like, all of this madness, like not a nice person. And it's been years, and he, out of the blue, like, contacted me, and we started spending time together. And then, I kind of thought, hold on a second, right? Originally it was like, we're spending time together as friends, but you're not acting as my friend. And now I am going to have to be the one that brings up the conversation of what is going on here, because you haven't done that. So you've come back into my life, disturbed my peace.
Yeah.
And when we had that kind of conversation, it was like, him kind of being like, no, I'm ready for a relationship now. I've done therapy, like all of this stuff, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I was like, cool. Okay, if that's really it, because it's been years, like, let's, give this a go. And within days, like, his communication, everything, so terrible and like shocking. And do you know what else I asked him? I said to him, he said to me, I really considered, I never want to hurt you again like I've done in the past. So I've really considered whether or not I should get back in touch with you. And I was like, oh, that's nice. So are you currently talking to anybody else? And he's like, well, yeah, I'm talking to like this one other person, but now we've had this discussion, I'll lock it off. And I was like, no, thank you, sir. Because if you know what you've put me through, you know how much you've hurt me.
Yeah.
You've watched me from afar put my life back together. Now you've stepped back into it. You're not, you always have to have someone on the back burner. You're not even really fucking, you're talking to somebody else. That's how much respect you have for me. You couldn't stop speaking to them for a couple of months.
Unattractive, innit? As well, like someone that like can't be alone. Oh, guys.
And
I feel like
even though he'd done therapy, he fucking ain't done enough of it. And I told him that as well. I was just like, you need to go and sort your shit out, because you can't be in a healthy relationship until you've done that.
No, I think she needs to just move on with your life. Move on with your life. And I feel like for a lot of guys, it's like an ego boost. Like, can I get her back? And they might think they want you, but it's like the pride and the ego of like actually getting you back after they've done you so dirty. And then once they get you back, they're like, oh, it's like an anticlimax. It's like, oh, do I really want her? Or was it just the ego thing? Because they don't want to feel rejected and feel like a woman has said, oh, no, I don't want you. Don't give them the fucking satisfaction.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm getting angry.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm getting warm.
But what if, let's play devil's advocate, what if he really genuinely does mean it? What if he really
That's
is?
nice. You sound like a young girl. There's plenty of people out there. There is plenty of people out there. And whether or not this makes me sound like, I don't know, but I feel like relationships, don't get twisted, take hard work and effort and time and understanding and listening. But should it feel that hard? If it is hard all the time and there's problems all the time, should it be that hard? I personally don't think it should. So for me, I'm going to bow out. I don't want something that feels really hard all the time. Why do I have to put that much effort into something that should be effortless?
And also,
that's how I feel about it.
He had options. He didn't have to go on a date with another girl and introduce her to his sister and tell his mum about her. What he could have done if he, was feeling a certain way is speak to you and communicate to you about it. Maybe it's his first relationship as well, but what he's done is really super shitty. And from my perspective and, my understanding and my experience, I would say that he's doing everything right now, exactly like Emma says, so he can win you back, but nothing is really going to change. And actually what you deserve is somebody who gives you all of that stuff right from the word go. the nice dates, is caring about your emotions, listens to you, is that person right from the word go. It doesn't take them cheating on you and then you threatening to leave them and then them, doing some big, which might just be an act in the meantime to win you back. Yeah, go and find the person who treats you like that from the word go. And I know you've got a business together and it's tricky, but trust me.
Oh shit, I forgot about that.
You're better off out of it now before it's a house that you own together, before it's a child that you have together, before
Absolutely.
all of that. So
you can get out of something like that. You can't get out of a child. That sounded really rude. Yeah. But what I mean is, you're tied to that person for life if you have a child together.
Done. So I would say, back away, girl.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe move on from your business. Buy him out. Get him to buy you out. Do something. Start afresh. Nothing ever has to be the fine. Oh, because we've done this together, we have to be together. Because I actually used to tell myself that when my ex-partner moved in with me and we lived together, I was like, oh, but I can't break up when we live together. Someone can move out. It's fine. It's not the end of the world. There's always a way out.
There's always a way out. Yeah. And this isn't like, just learn from this. This is not how every person is going to treat you. But the fact that this person has treated you like that is one thing. And I really personally feel like once someone's cheated on you like that, it will never, ever be the same again.
No, it won't, because you're gonna, and you might get back together and it might be great, but then you've got these insecurities and these feelings that you can't get over, and that's hard. And when she said, what was some of her questions at the end? Can you heal from someone that caused you that pain? Can you be with that person and heal from the pain that caused you? No.
Do you think a cheater can change? I suspect they can, but if they do actual work on it, not just go and get therapy, work out why you did what you did. They have to be truly sorry. Have you guys ever tried to rekindle things with an ex? Yeah, and it definitely didn't work. It was a terrible idea. And also, do you think you can heal while still being around the person who deeply hurt you? No, I don't.
No, you can't.
I don't think you can.
You can't, because you're reminded every single day of what they did to hurt you. So you can't get over it. So you're stuck in that place of hurt. You can't get over it because you're constantly reminded by their face.
Their face is a reminder.
It is, though.
Face
Damn.
In the
Yikes.
bin. Yikes. Sorry about that one. But yeah, I think you're better off being with someone who treats you right from the word go, and you don't have to go through that experience.
There's so many people there's so many options out there. Like, just because you're in a situation right now, it doesn't have to be your final situation.
No way.
There's always something better waiting. Well, no, oh my God, I nearly said there's always something better waiting for you. No. There's not. But what I'm
better than that.
There's always something better than that. If you're in a bad situation, there is something better out there for you. That's what I meant.
You don't have to settle. And I think it's tempting when someone's being really nice to you, but he should have been like that. Yeah, and it's because
she obviously feels a lot for him.
If he really cared about you, would have been like that before he cheated on you, not because he cheated on you.
And as well, what do you even mean? Oh, he was really cold for after we broke up. Like, carry on being cold then. Bye.
Yeah. Yeah, it's cold because when people get caught out, it makes them defensive.
Yeah.
Rather than holding their hands up and being like, I'm really sorry. It takes them they're in the wrong, but they don't want to take ownership of it or accountability.
Sorry. Going on the date was bad enough. Introducing that girl to your sister and showing your mum for her to vet her is insane. Insane.
But also, I would then, also, how are you going to be cool with his family after that? Do you know what I mean?
That's what I mean, because now I'm looking at your mum across the Sunday dinner table thinking, you fucking bitch.
Yeah, and your sister. Fuck her as well.
Literally.
She went for dinner with the girl.
So it's not only that that he's betrayed you, the family's betrayed you. So you can't even keep a relationship with the family now because that's all gone up to shit.
Gone all up in the smoke?
Everything's gone to shit. You better starting fresh, girl. Sounds harsh, but we just want you to be happy.
Yeah, and you're young and you don't have the kids, you don't have the mortgage or any of that shit to worry about. And not that that's a reason to stay with someone who treats you like shit or cheats on you or any of that, but it just makes it harder.
Yeah, it makes people want to work on it a bit more.
But mate, get out.
Get out. What's worth working
right
on?
Now.
Jesus Christ, I'm even trying to put myself in the situation. The guy that I'm dating now went and did that. Get on your fucking bike and be gone. I decided this a few years ago. I will not beg a partner for anything. If you don't want to give it to me after I've explained to you, after I've shared how I feel, if I have to beg you for something, I'm good.
But don't want to beg for shit. If someone does that to you, no.
Exactly.
That's your actions, and I say this all the time. Someone's actions speak a lot louder than their words. And the action of him being nice to you isn't really an action. It's a reaction to what
Yeah.
he's done to you that's so shit.
Yeah.
It's not who he really is, because he's already showed you who he really was. Even before the cheating thing, he wasn't taking you on dates. He wasn't respectful of your emotions. That's who he is.
And I
so
feel
this what do you call it, facade that he's doing right now to try and win you back, he's not going to be able to keep that up, because you already know who he's been for the last bloody 3 years. He's not suddenly going to be different overnight.
And I feel like he's, even from her saying that, oh, I should be grateful. Oh, he's doing these things. I feel like he's like convinced her that like doing them things is above and beyond and this, that and the other.
It's not.
It's giving power imbalance.
Yeah, it's giving power imbalance, and it's giving you deserve more than the bare minimum. Like, whatever. It's someone taking you on dates and respecting your feelings is the bare minimum.
Absolutely. Wow, glad we got that off our chest.
So me too. I was getting angry there. You were getting really in that.
I was getting angry because I just think we all deserve to be loved, like in a way that feels safe and great and fully fulfilled. Like, why are we settling for some mediocre shit? I'd rather be alone.
Yeah.
I would honestly rather be alone
That's
than
why I'm
be
single.
mediocre love.
Ta-da.
Ta-da!
And I've still got trap wind.
And I still need to wee. So let's wrap it up here, girl.
Let's wrap
What
it
do
up.
they need to do?
If you have enjoyed this podcast, which I know you have, comment, leave us a review. A 5-star review would be preferable. You can like, share, and you can get in touch with us, can't they? To
Yeah,
share
you
stuff.
can. So you can email us on mumtoldmepod@gmail.com, or you can hit us in the DMs with your dilemmas, with your saucy stories, or with any topics that you want us to touch on. Everything is always anonymous. Okay, we just got very rudely interrupted by the man that owns this studio. So
Rude.
if you want to hit us in the DMs, in the emails, mumtoldmepod@gmail.com, just wow, bow, bow, bow. Give us your dilemmas, give us your saucy stories, give us any topics you want us to touch on, because you know we're going to get to it, girls. We'll talk about it on the poddy waddy. So yeah, everything's always anonymous. Yeah, follow us on all social media. And that's it. And I'll see you next week. Okay, love you. Have a great week. Bye.